Hello, folks. This is Mark Smith with Family Tree Life Coaching. I got inspired yesterday to make a video on a topic that I haven't really covered in a while. And the topic is how you can be completely narcissist free. Now, when I say that you can be completely narcissist free, I don't mean your parents. If your parents are narcissists, the only way you can be narcissist free, I guess, is either to kill them or to go no contact. And there's laws against killing them, so I wouldn't go that route. Not really talking about parents or bosses. I suppose you could get a new job if you have a narcissistic boss, but that's complicated. Sometimes it's not always feasible. So what I'm talking about here in terms of how you can be narcissist free is your significant others. One of my favorite quotes, and I forget who it's by. I know it's in a book with sort of a dubious name, so I won't mention it, but it's a cool quote. People, truly powerful people don't need to explain their need for respect. They simply don't engage with people who don't give it to them. So how can you be completely narcissist free? And that would be to get healthy, to do the work on yourself, to learn how to source yourself. Old song, you might as well face it, you're addicted to love. And the reason you have a long history of being involved with narcissists is because you let them into your life. One of the worst things you can do is to get on a dating website in midlife. There's an app called Hinge that's popular across the country with 20-somethings. But with 20-somethings, the amount of narcissists on a dating site is probably pretty close to the national average in real life, which might be as high as 15%. But in midlife, if you get on a dating site, Match.com, eHarmony, Plenty of Fishes, blah, 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 the amount of narcissists could be as high as 85%. Predators. There's two kinds of people on midlife dating sites. Predators and prey. Wolves and sheep. I can't recommend it for the sheep. So as you learn how to love and source yourself, you will go into any romantic relationship making your dating partners earn your trust. You've been around the block, you've been run over by enough trucks. They are guilty until they're proven innocent. Because you know what the world is like. You know that somebody can seem squeaky clean and they can seem like a really nice guy, and they're a total malignant narcissist who's running game. So you make them earn your trust. You don't have blinders on. This will require a lot of therapy to heal the wounds, because if you have a long history of dating narcissists, it's because you were raised by at least one, or a sex addict or an alcoholic, somebody who acted in a very narcissistic way. So the paradigm shift that I'm wanting to instill in you is you're responsible for your life. You're responsible for your safety. Narcissists aren't so clever so that they can take a healthy person and drag them into a relationship where you get used and abused and mind fucked. It doesn't happen that way. It happens because you were loved that way as a child, and that's how you're wired. So becoming narcissist free isn't about the narcissist, it's about the work that you do on yourself. A book that I've been recommending is a book by David Richo, R-I-C-H-O, and it's a book called How to Be an Adult in Relationships. And he said in a non-addictive relationship that you should expect healthily only about 25% of your emotional needs to be met by your significant other. But if you listen to the radio, it sounds like 100% of your needs are supposed to be met by your significant other. That isn't love, it's addiction. Neediness isn't love, it's addiction. Love is making a mature choice to give to somebody and get maybe 25% back. When you source yourself, you're getting needs met by a whole variety of friends. Acquaintances and best friends and a circle of friends. I know it's hard during COVID to hang out with friends a whole lot. You have hobbies that give you great joy. I have a client who has a very passionate hobby that's sort of taken over his life, and it just gives him joy. I've never seen the guy so happy as when he's doing this particular hobby. It's a very unique hobby, so I won't say what it is because I want to protect his identity. And most of us have family members. And yeah, some of them might be narcissistic. But narcissism isn't you're 100% the devil or you're an angel. There's a whole lot of gray area in between. A lot of members of my family have some traits of being narcissistic, including myself, but that doesn't make them a full-blown malignant narcissist. I just find ways to set healthy boundaries and to not place myself in the line of danger with some of the more narcissistic members of my family, but I still hang out with them. They're my people. They're where I came from. So I think in this movement of becoming narcissist free, there's been maybe so much emphasis on going no contact with family members. It would be better to have healthy boundaries, to be powerful, to have a healthy sense of entitlement, and to not take no shit from nobody, but to be pleasant about it, than to just cut people out of your life. And in order for you to be ready to be narcissist free, you need to be happy just in and of yourself with no relationships and no dating. I was talking with a guy the other day, and his wife divorced him many years ago, and then he was single for a long time, and then finally he remarried, and a friend of his said, "Well, I'm happy for you that now that you can be happy." And the guy didn't correct who he was talking with, but he was happy the whole time. Just because you're not married doesn't mean that you're not happy. In fact, a good way to be not happy is to get married. When we fall in love in the beginning and we get a mesh, that's pretty wonderful. But then it moves into emotional cutoff. I have a little sign in my office that I never go into. It says, My wife and I were happy for 20 years, and then we got married. I just thought it was cute. Another way that you can get your emotional needs met is to have a passionate career, to really enjoy your work and have it define you and give you a sense of identity. Not fully defined you, but work should be more than just making a living. It should be a calling and a sense of belonging and a family and a sense of purpose. Freud, you won't hear me quote Freud very much, but he said one thing I really liked. He said, you can tell how healthy a person is by two things: their love life and their work life. And most of you definitely doesn't look too good in terms of emotional health when you examine your love life. Mine has been getting better as I've been working on shifting out of my wounded little boy self and into being in my adult self. And the conflict in my marriage has gone down considerably. And we've been able to have a lot more fun and not fight so much. So the last thing I want to say about how to be narcissist-free is take things really, really, really slowly. I'll do a family tree of somebody, and they're going on and on about how they've been victimized by a narcissist, and I say, well, how long did you date before you got married? And they say 6 months. Sometimes a lady once left group therapy, and she said she was mad at me. This is many years ago, and she said, Mark, it seems like what you're telling me is that I deserved what I got when my husband cheated on me. And I said, well, now we're making some progress, because that is what I'm saying. You did deserve it. We all deserve what we set up and put into action and sign up for ourselves. I don't mean you deserve it in a mean way, but this particular woman picked a guy who had a string of affairs with nurses, her being one of them. So then when he turns around and has an affair with another nurse, if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. And we are responsible for our lives. And no narcissist, I don't care how Svengali and Houdini he is, has no power over you. If you get healthy, you become an individuated person. You know who you are. You know where your boundaries are. You have high self-esteem. As soon as a narcissist starts to slowly step over the line, you'll cut his knees off and you'll never see the dude again. Because you'll sense that he was stepping over the line. And people that step over the line get fired quickly. So take it very, 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 very slowly. Keep your eyes open. Do not use dating sites. Be happy. Have hobbies. Have a large network of friends. Be happy within yourself. And the universe will send you somebody when you're ready. The old saying, when the student is ready, the teacher will come. Well, that's sort of what romantic love is. It's your teacher to teach you about your issues and about yourself and help you resolve your childhood issues. So that's how to be completely narcissist-free. Be healthy. Get healthy. Go about dating in a healthy way. Get your happiness from within yourself. so then you won't be addicted to getting it from the love bombing and the manipulations of a narcissist. Thanks for watching today. If you have not joined our channel, please do so. Visit our website at familytreecounseling.com. I have 5 books, one on abandonment issues. I have a book on affair recovery. I have a book on shame. I have a book on marital issues that you can get at familytreecounseling.com. It'll send you over to Amazon Kindle and you can download the book. I also have an intern who I'm about ready to interview. His name is Vernon Billups. And I know a lot of you out there can't afford fancy high therapy fees, and his fee is just $30. He's in it for the experience and the knowledge that he can gain, and yet he's being supervised both by myself and by Andy Holzman. So, if it's Family Tree, you're going to get a good character person and a good product. So, thank you for watching today. Paulie's over there coughing and blowing boogers. That's what he does. He was in the kennel and he was sick. So, sorry about the goofy sounds. Thank you for watching today, and God bless.